Your dog just licked your face. You scratched behind her ears. Good girl. Now, here's something you might not want to hear. Do you know what was in her mouth an hour ago? 1 in 5 dogs does this regularly. Most owners either don't know or prefer not to think about it. Vets see it every single day and stopped being surprised a long time ago. There's a scientific name for it, documented causes, and, importantly, real solutions. But first, the truth, all of it. It's called coprophagia, and behind that clinical-sounding word is something that will permanently change how you see your dog. Number 1, millions of years of evolution. This isn't weird, it's wiring. Let's start with what most people find most disgusting, and what is actually the most logical. When a female dog gives birth, she does something that seems inexplicable. She eats her puppy's waste, every time, no exceptions, for weeks. This isn't a pathology. It's an evolutionary mechanism refined over millions of years. In the wild, smell means death. Predators find dens by scent. A mother who doesn't clean up after her puppies is signing their death warrant. This instinct is so deeply embedded in canine neurology that many adult dogs carry it their entire lives, even when there's no threat whatsoever. Even in a 5th-floor city apartment, the brain runs the program nature wrote, not you. That's why coprophagia is more common in dogs kept in confined spaces, kennels, crowded conditions. The den cleaning instinct fires harder when there's a den to protect. This doesn't mean everything is fine and nothing needs to change, but it means your dog isn't broken. She's running ancient code that once saved lives. Number 2, the body asking for what it isn't getting. Now for the cause that most often goes undetected, because it requires blood work, not just observation. Deficiencies in B12, zinc, and pancreatic enzymes can all trigger coprophagia. The mechanism is direct. The body is missing specific nutrients. Fresh feces contain remnants of undigested food, partially active enzymes, traces of vitamins. The dog is literally trying to recoup what she couldn't absorb from her meal. This is especially true with exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, a condition where the pancreas doesn't produce enough enzymes for normal digestion. Food passes through almost unchanged. The dog is chronically hungry even when eating normal portions, and her own waste literally smells like food to her. Key signal: if your dog eats plenty but looks thin, loses weight despite a normal appetite, that's not a reason to scold her for coprophagia. That's a reason to call your vet and ask specifically about enzyme panels. Switching to a higher quality, more digestible food sometimes resolves the behavior entirely. No other intervention needed. Number 3, the fear you can't see. This is the most uncomfortable cause, because it's about us, not the dog. The dog has an accident inside. The owner comes home and finds it. Punishment follows: yelling, nose rubbing, physical correction. The dog doesn't understand what she's being punished for. The accident happened hours ago. What she understands is this: owner came home, saw something on the floor, and became dangerous. Next time she has an accident inside, her brain tells her exactly one thing: destroy the evidence, immediately, before he gets back. This isn't cunning. This isn't revenge. This is panic. Dogs who have been punished for accidents are significantly more likely to practice coprophagia. This is documented in veterinary behavioral medicine. The harsher the punishment, the more entrenched the behavior becomes. You are literally training your dog to eat her own waste while thinking you're punishing her for house training failures. If you recognized yourself just now, don't beat yourself up. Most people don't know this mechanism exists, but knowing it now matters. Number 4, boredom. The brain finds something, anything. You leave for work. The dog lies down by the door. An hour passes. 2, 8. No smells, no movement, no contact. A brain built for tracking, hunting, guarding, searching, sitting inside 4 walls, slowly unraveling from the absence of incoming signals. And then it finds a signal, strong, intense. Smell. The most powerful stimulus a dog has. Action, something to do. Texture, taste, the neural activity that's been missing all day. You come home, everything looks clean. She wags her tail. You have no idea what happened. She's already forgotten. This isn't perversion. This isn't anger at you. This is a brain that found the only available stimulation in conditions of sensory deprivation. A dog that gets enough physical and mental work almost never starts this behavior from scratch. The clearest sign, if coprophagia only happens while you're away, this is almost certainly why. Number 5. Parasites. When the food goes to someone else. Worms are one of the most straightforward and most underestimated causes. The mechanism is direct. Intestinal parasites absorb nutrients from digested food before the dog can. She eats normally, but chronically gets less than she needs. Constant hunger and deficiency emerge, and the body starts looking for alternative nutrition sources. Here's the part people miss. Worm burden isn't always visible. A dog can look perfectly healthy, eat with enthusiasm, and still be carrying a serious parasitic load. This is especially true for puppies and dogs that spend time outdoors or around other animals. Regular deworming isn't just a formality. In the context of coprophagia, it's one of the first things to rule out. Number 6. Only other dogs. Why they go for the cat box. Here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Many dogs that won't touch their own waste will happily eat a cat's or another dog's, but not their own. This seems contradictory, but it has a real explanation. Cat food contains significantly more protein and fat than dog food, which means cat feces smells and registers to a dog almost like food. Rich, dense, worth investigating. This isn't coprophagia in the full behavioral sense. It's closer to opportunistic feeding. Dogs that only eat others' waste are often doing it purely for scent and nutritional profile, not because of psychological or deficiency-related triggers. The other dog's smells more interesting than their own, which, incidentally, works the other way too. Some dogs never eat their own because their own scent registers as already processed and uninteresting. If the problem is specifically the litter box, the solution is physical and mechanical. Close the door. Get a covered box. Install a barrier. No training commands needed. Just remove access. Number 7. The thing you already know but try not to think about. After a coprophagia episode, the dog licks your face. You smile and scratch her ears. This happens every day in millions of homes, and most people never connect the two events. Research shows that the bacterial profile of a dog's saliva after coprophagia is significantly different from baseline. This isn't a reason to panic or end all physical contact. It's a reason you should have known this sooner. One more thing that changes the picture. Some breeds are significantly more prone to coprophagia than others. Labradors, golden retrievers, beagles. Frequency is higher than average in these lines. The reason is that their food drive and scent-seeking behavior are more strongly expressed. That's not a flaw. It's a trait that needs to be managed. And finally, bitter taste supplements sold as a fix for coprophagia work for some dogs and do nothing for others. They make waste taste unpleasant, but if the cause is a deficiency, parasites, or fear, bitterness won't help. That's symptom management, not treatment. Number 8. How to actually stop it. No vague advice, only what works. Step 1. The vet. Fecal test for parasites. Blood work for pancreatic enzymes. Overall nutritional assessment. Before addressing behavior, rule out physical causes. If the problem is a deficiency or parasites, behavioral methods won't touch it. Step 2. Evaluate the food. Quality, digestibility, whether it matches this specific dog's needs by age, weight, and activity level. Switching to a higher protein, more digestible formula sometimes resolves the behavior within weeks. Step 3. Exercise and mental load. A physically and mentally worked dog is far less likely to resort to coprophagia. Scent games, nose work commands, fetch, dog-to-dog contact. All of this is neural load the brain is missing. Step 4. Environmental management. Pick up immediately on walks. Block litter box access. Watch what she grabs outside. This isn't solving the problem. It's reducing opportunities while the other steps do their work. Step 5. If fear is the cause, stop all punishment for accidents completely. Switch to positive reinforcement for correct behavior. This takes time, but without this step, nothing else will hold. Number 9. When it becomes a red flag. Coprophagia is unpleasant, but it isn't always dangerous. There are situations that require fast action. Sudden onset in an adult dog that never did this before, with no changes in environment, routine, or diet. This can be a symptom of neurological change or systemic disease. Rapid weight loss combined with coprophagia and increased appetite, the classic picture of exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. Treatable, but requires early diagnosis. Vomiting or diarrhea after episodes, a sign of infection. Other animals' waste can carry pathogens that are dangerous to your dog. Coprophagia in puppies, often a normal developmental phase. Most grow out of it by 6 to 8 months. Intervention is needed if it persists longer or intensifies. Write it in the comments. Did you recognize yourself in number 3 or 4? Curious how many of you will write never, and then remember the last time she licked your face. Subscribe. This is where we cover what vets know but rarely say out loud. Licked. Smiled. Now you know.